Hey guys, Squillikins here. Today I have an OU battle for you guys. I'm actually on the other side of the battlefield, so you guys will just have to deal with that. I'm using an old sand team that I kind of just found in my PO teams folder, and he's using pretty standard sun. Um, I'm gonna want to really get and keep stealth rocks up, so for that reason, Jellison's gonna be very crucial in this battle just to stop his fortress from spinning. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the battle. So he's going to lead with Landers as I lead with Heatran. Obviously this is not favorable for me, so I'm going to switch in Jellicent, since really Landers kind of threatens his team. Here I should have just gone for Toxic, but instead I actually go for Scald. Having a Toxic on the Ninetales would put it on a timer, so that would have been nice. Now I'm going to switch into Heatran, since Heatran walls the majority of Ninetales, unless they're packing like HP ground or something. I Earth Power as he roars. He roars me out into Keldeo, so I'm just going to go for a safe Secret Sword. Looking back, it would have been pretty nice just to go for an HP Ice, but I decided not to. Now here, that's another dumb play. I let my Heatran fall asleep, so that's my main check to that Venusaur, and it also checks Sun teams in general, so that was not a good play. He goes into Infernape, and I'm just going to make the switch into Landorus. I take almost nothing from that close combat, and I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks here. So I really need Stealth Rocks for that Volcarona. It does threaten the majority of my team, especially in Sun, because Keldeo can't kill it. So here I'm going to get a Toxic off on the Landorus, just so I can put a timer on that, and make sure that it isn't switching in and out freely or anything. So there I'm going to go for Recover, just so that I have lots of health left, just to stop spins and such. There he went for Sunny Day, obviously predicting my T-Tar to come in, but I'm just going to come in with Scissor. I know he has HP Fire, but I just want to get damage off and just take it out. So here I go into my Sleeping Heatran. I know that I wall this Venusaur, and he's going to go into Infernape. I just kind of wanted to wake up here, because that Venusaur is a problem, but he doesn't wake up, unfortunately, and he goes for Flare Blitz, and that does way too much to Jellicent. So that's telling me that he is the Bandit set. So I'm forced to recover again while this Venusaur just comes in freely. But fortunately this turn I go into T-Tar knowing he won't Sunny Day, as he does go for Solar Beam this turn. So I can just take that Solar Beam with ease and then take him out with a Crunch. This is a Choice Banded Tyranitar, just to deal with threats like the Latios, the Latias, Celebi, etc., etc. He comes in with Infernape, U-turns on me. Again, Jellicent, doing a lot of switching in and out, which is why it needs to be healthy. Now I'm finally going to get a Toxic off on the Ninetales after he burns me. I wish I was faster, because I would have taunted, but unfortunately I'm not running enough speed to be faster. So now he goes into his Fortress. It's kind of a stalemate right here, as he can't really do anything to me, and I can't really do anything to him just because I am in the sun. I decide just to stay in and keep trying to go for burns, and right there I taunt just in case. I'm not sure, maybe he wanted to do something like set up spikes. So there I'm just going to try and Scald, as he does go for the Volt Switch. He Volt Switches into his Infernape. Now here I thought he had something like Thunder Punch, so I make a risky switch into my Landorus. Well, he actually just goes for the Flare Blitz. If I would have stayed in, as seen before, it would have done about 46. So staying in wouldn't have been awesome, but it probably would have been better than letting my Landorus take all that damage. So here I go into Heatran, and really my only hope for the battle is to wake up with Heatran, just because everything else is getting pretty low on health. So right there I go for the Protect, hoping to wake up, and I actually do, which is really nice. So he's going to go for Earthquake. I'm just going to fodder a Landorus after getting a bit more residual with Toxic, after predicting the Earthquake and switching into my own Landorus. He's going to go for HP Ice, just take me out. So now I believe I'm going to go into my Keldeo, since Surf 2 KOs almost everything on his team, and I say almost everything because Fortress can actually live too. So here I'm pressured into switching out into my Jellicent, just in case he goes for the Rapid Spin. But he predicts that nicely, goes for the Volt Switch, and he's right back into his Landorus. So here I know his Landorus is faster, and I have nothing to switch in on an Earthquake. So I'm just going to fodder out my Jellicent. But in doing that, I have a free switch into my Keldeo, and I can just go for a Surf, because I know the remainder of his team will be 2KO'd. So here we saw before that Surf did about 35%, I believe. So he goes for Protect, so he gets a 33, and then he actually scores the double Protect, which means that I can't take him out with the next Surf, which also means that he will be able to go for the Rapid Spin this turn. So now the Volcarona is going to be a really huge problem for my team, as I just take him out with Lava Plume because he does not need that anymore. So here he goes into Infernape, which also is a problem just because nothing can take a close combat. I'm just going to sack my Tyranitar since it's going to be the least useful on my team because it can't outspeed Volcarona, and Ninetales can beat it one-on-one as well. So I'm just going to switch into Keldeos. He's going to switch into Ninetales. He was running a really specially defensive Ninetales because that doesn't even kill. But 2 Surfs will do the job, and now it's 2-2. So here he sends in Volcarona, and I go into Heatran. Honestly, I could have played this better, because if I would have Lava Plumed like I did right here, and I do like 25% I believe, if I would have Lava Plumed, if I would have roared this next turn, I believe I would have had a better shot, but instead I decide to stay in and go for Lava Plume again. Even if I would have roared here, oh no, I shouldn't have roared there, but the turn before, just because my plan of action was just to roar this thing out, then I could go into Keldeo, and then I could hopefully hit 3 Hydro Pumps in a row and take the match. But as you'll see in a few seconds, his Volcarona is going to live. Hydro Pump does about 50-ish%. So if he would have been right around 75, I think that it would have been a much closer battle. But well, hindsight's 20/20. So yeah, if he would have been right around 75-ish when I roared him, it definitely would have been closer. But that double protect really cost me the game just because Volcarona obviously cannot really take a Hydro Pump in the sun, or in the rain, or what am I talking about? In the sun after taking Stealth Rock's damage. So that's going to be a good game. Unfortunately, I did take the loss, but it was a very close battle, very interesting battle. So yeah, I guess Protect Fortress for the win. See you guys next time.